Under the Table. First episode on this side of 50. That's 51 for those of you keeping track at home.
Nerds.
Okay, listen. So I want to talk about potentially a controversial subject just amongst us. So, like, don't worry. It's not politics or religion.
Okay.
Go ahead and get that out of the way. I started a show recently called Dark, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It's an amazing, super heady, like, head scratcher show. It's this German show.
Oh boy.
And time travel is heavily involved in it, you know, and it's done in a way that is like, I don't know. It's real. It's like so like suspenseful and nerve wracking. And it just makes your head like feel like it's being twisted by like a rag, you know? And I like that kind of shit. But I know that we've talked about time travel before in the past, and that some of us like the concept of time travel in stories more than others. And I wanted to get into that for our banter today. Okay. You know, and this is a little pointed at Heath just because I already know where his stance on it, or what he said before. Maybe it's changed. But sure. Heath, I imagine you are taking the position of that you're not as much of a fan as time travel stories. Yes?
I think it's often poorly executed.
It definitely can be. Yeah.
I'm not inherently opposed to time travel. I love, you know, The Dark Tower, and like there's lots of sci-fi that does it well. But I think the ones that do it the best don't go out of their way to try to explain the minutia of it. And that's when it works at its best. The ones that try to explain every little detail end up tripping up on that so much that they screw themselves over, because it's like the internet eats them alive, because like here's 78 plot holes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. You know? So time travel stories definitely leave a lot of opportunity for plot holes. There's no doubt about that. I will say that Dark is a show that gets into the minutia of time travel, but like that is where it excels at. Like, and I don't think a lot of writers could pull off what they're doing. That's what makes it good. Right. And so I would agree with you in general, Heath, that if you try to look at it too hard, it becomes unfocused, and you can't, you know, like the harder you look at it, the more it kind of spreads apart, you know? What about the rest of you guys? You guys time travel story fans?
A quick question.
Yes.
Have you seen Triangle, and would you consider that time travel?
I have not seen Triangle, so I cannot answer your question.
All right. All right.
What that?
That is another kind of mind-bendy, head-twisty movie, but it's, I don't want to spoil. So anyways.
So time travel is kind of a catch-all for, you know, that there are things that are happening in one timeline that are impacting another that kind of can circle back around, right? Right. Like, so like it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, I get in a time machine and I go back in time, like Back to the Future. It could be Lost style, where the island is unstuck in time. So different
or like Interstellar.
Or Interstellar, right? Exactly. Right. You know,
what about time loop kind of type things?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
It's all the same kind of like Looper.
Yeah. I do like Looper.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with Heath then. If it either needs to be fairly vague, like that it's almost more mystical, or more like the time travel is just the vehicle that we're using to tell this story. So don't pay that much attention to it, but it's kind of wishy-washy enough that it's like, okay, that's obviously not the point.
Like Outlander, like, okay, this person just went back in time and now the story's happening back in time. It's not really about how that's affecting the future.
Yes.
You know
I need it either fully in that camp, or your whole purpose in writing this was essentially to tell a good time travel story. Like, I want that shit to be tight. I want to be going, well, what about, oh, no, you know, they thought of that. Okay. That's what I want. It's a very easy, achievable goal.
Yeah, like Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect execution. So, you know, there's the GOAT, or at least the one that everybody knows. There's the Back to the Future, right?
Yep.
Terminator.
Where are you guys at on Back to the Future?
Oh, classic. I love Back to the Future.
Love it. Yeah, it's a great movie, but I mean, in terms of its time travel execution.
Oh, no, it's messy. It's messy.
I mean, but that's kind of the point of it, right?
Is it?
To be messy? Yeah, a little bit. Like he goes back in time. His mom falls in love with him and he's watching his family disappear in his photo. Like that's as messy as it gets. You know what I mean? Like
that is true. That is true. They brought incest in. That's pretty fucking messy.
That's where it starts to get messy. Now, I don't think it's not very scientific, or it's not too worried about the details other than
it's a comedy.
Yeah, right. But then on the other side of it, you have a movie like Primer. You guys ever seen Primer?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but it's been a minute.
So it's like an independent movie. I mean, it like literally was made at somebody's house. And it's like these two scientists who accidentally make a time machine in their garage. And it's actually really smart about how it handles the consequences of that, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big. There's a lot of movies that have time travel elements in it that I really love. You know, like Donnie Darko and 12 Monkeys, and like.
See, Donnie Darko, like it's not the primary focus of it. It's a weird extra element that is not explained. Right, that is the big mind-bending twist. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is why it works so well in that movie.
Yeah. Y'all remember the movie Frequency?
Yeah, I do.
It's like, it's not time travel, but it's like, it is kind of time travel.
It is a bit, yeah.
Communication over time, over different times.
I mean, Contact had a little bit of that too, right?
Yeah.
Like communication over time, you know. I think that you can tell a lot of interesting stories. You guys said Interstellar. I mean, that movie is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You know,
it's going to be in my top 5.
You know, and it can be a really emotional plot device to use, but it can also really fuck up a story.
Well, Interstellar is a great example because I love Interstellar. I went on a kick with it literally like a month ago, watching it and watching a bunch of videos about it. And it's a movie that, it's a beloved movie. It is a good film, but it also gets eviscerated all the time online about the science of the movie, which is funny because like they went so out of their way to get credible scientists to like develop that movie with them. But it's also like the time travel elements in Interstellar, even though you would say they explain them, right? But it's that kind of thing where it's like, it's such sufficiently advanced technology that we don't really understand it, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fourth dimension, you know, like we can't possibly perceive that.
Right. But I like Interstellar. I mean, but again, I think the time travel is an interesting and important element, but not the main element of the movie.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
It's just a side effect.
It's a vehicle. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a pretty consequential part of the movie, though.
It is. And I just said that. But like the true focus of that film is the human drama of it, you know? It is it's a very powerful and arguably the prime mover as far as plot devices in the film.
Do you have some example of time travel done poorly?
I'm trying
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine is a masterpiece. What are you talking about?
How dare you, sir? I take back what I
right?
said.
The Butterfly Effect, yes.
Terrible movie, right?
Yeah. That movie, I hate that movie.
Yeah,
and it's because, it's a bad movie, but also when I think I was like 12 or 13 when that came out and I watched it like by myself and it freaked me the fuck out at like 12, you know, but it wasn't like the time travel stuff. It was the like, I can't remember the character in the movie, his girlfriend or love interest or whatever, but it was like the abuse and stuff that like gave me anxiety.
Yeah. There's also Time Cop. Not
right.
very
God,
good.
yeah.
Not very
Crappy action movie.
Don't you shit on JCVD?
I mean, look, like that part of it was great. You know what I mean? Like Jean-Claude whipping ass, I'm about, you know, but the time travel portion of that was laughable at best.
Oh, of course. Absolutely.
So then there's stuff like Groundhog's Day, right? Like where it's like stuck in a time loop rather than time travel. You're just like stuck in a loop.
Like Run Lola Run. That's another one. That's just.
I love Run Lola Run. That's a great one.
Did y'all see Palm Springs?
I did.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's basically Groundhog's Day.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
is
good.
it?
It's really good. It's a very similar concept, but it's like two people trapped together in a loop.
And there's more science to it, which was probably my least favorite part, was when they explained the travel or the loop, and I was like, "Oh, you made it not great now." But
I think that goes to Heath's point: is the more that you talk about it, the more you risk losing focus of it. What were you going to say, John?
I was going to say another example of it being poorly executed is Planet of the Apes, the original. Any of the ones that actually involve like going back to the original movie, where it's just like they go into a ship and then something happens and then they happen to land exactly back on Earth in thousands of years in the future.
Spoiler.
You know, I mean, look, if you haven't seen it since like the '68,
Planet
then
of the Apes
sorry,
yet,
you know.
I am so sad
on
right
you.
now.
I was going to watch it tomorrow, John. Jesus.
John will watch it with you tomorrow.
Actually, I think
fucking
we
love
watched
that
it together
movie.
in the
I
theaters.
love that movie.
I know. John's like the biggest Planet of the Apes fan I know, which is why I was surprised to hear him disparage it at all.
I know.
I mean, hey, a good critic, you know, as far as towards the love of his art, you know, and
Right.
I think that one, because I watch it yearly, you know, I watch like Planet of the Apes.
You do Planet of the Apes
I
like
do
some
all of the
people
old
do Lord of the
OG
Rings.
ones from like 68 to 72 or whatever, and they're my favorite thing. Anyway, just trying to pull it back over to time.
Well, before we move on for this, I would just be remiss if we didn't mention, specifically because of the chatter about it on the Discord, Flight of the Navigator. I don't think you guys have probably seen that. I feel like that's more my generation. Not that we're different generations, but we kind of are. You know,
you're old.
The movie Flight of the Navigator?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh, you say you've seen it?
Yes, I saw that as a child.
Yeah, it's a child's movie, but it's really good. And that definitely has time travel
I
aspects.
had no
in it too.
idea that was even a movie.
It's very good
Same.
It's pretty
to
good.
a,
I don't
like
leak,
12-year-old
you leak.
Emily.
You leak.
Now I'm going to watch it.
A couple, I had to kind of do a little Google foo to remember some of the bad ones, but like I remember like the movie Timeline.
Yeah, that was a better book than it was a movie.
Right. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, the one where they go to Japan, is freaking terrible.
Oh shit!
I've been putting that one off because I've heard so many people be like, yo, it's
Turtles
rough.
in Time, baby, dude.
It is
Turtles in
very
Time.
rough. I loved it as a 7-year-old.
That's
you know?
it.
Well,
Because
which
it's
is
like
fun.
I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and I
Right.
like Samurai. No, the one that I remember really not enjoying, because I did like the book, but the book is so old, right? But it's the classic, The Time Machine, right? But the Guy Pearce 2002 The Time Machine movie was like not.
Didn't really hit for you.
No. Well, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't really stay. The book itself is actually very. It's not for everybody because it's very scientific. It's got that kind of like Arthur C. Clarke vibe of like it's more about the concepts than it is the characters.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Well, speaking of time travel, I bet you guys wish you could time travel back to when we rolled initiative for this potential fight with this trap that you found in this room. This
I mean, not
swarm.
Yes.
really, because we all rolled
No.
good. It just rolled better.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Well,
I don't
it didn't roll
think
better.
we-
It rolled the same.
It rolled
And
the
somehow it's
same.
first.
Right. Yeah, it rolled the
that's-
same as half the party.
Per the rules of the game. It goes first.
cheater
you know.
rules.
Cheater rules. Yeah.
Rolls, yeah.
It's that 2E shit, man.
But I mean, seriously, like the party's rolls 19, 24, 25, 25, and the enemy rolls 25 and automatically gets to go first. Like you say we get in a time machine and we go backwards and we re-roll these initiatives. I don't think we do better than this as a whole party.
But it might do worse. You
It
know,
might,
like
yeah.
it could do worse, you know.
I don't know
All
what
right,
its
well, let's try it.
modifier
Let's try
is,
it.
you know.
How
Let's
screwy of
re-roll
a
that
feat
initiative.
would that be? Like, you just make everybody re-roll. Like, that's some chaos bullshit there. Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Don't cite the old magics to me.
Oh man. All right. Well, So we did roll initiative.
Wait, we can delay some more. Hold on.
No. It's 15 minutes and we got to do this.
I would delay as long as you want because I am really not looking forward to this fucking swarm fight. I really was.
We've got a lot to record tonight, so we gotta get after it. You know, like we gotta do this.
I wish there was a way we could just talk this swarm down and make it our pet minions. You know,
Yeah.
They are
that's
cute.
what I want.
I think that you guys are going to be just fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt, but I think you guys are gonna come out of it. I do want to give you a little backstory about this because those of you that are from Alkenstar would know what this is. Okay,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is a common nuisance in the city, and here's some history of it. It's really interesting. Okay, so these are called Trapjaw tangles.
Oh,
All right. Sometimes the best intentions result in dire consequences, and even a successful project can turn into an unending nightmare. Such is the grim tale of the first Trapjaw tangles. These mechanical swarms were initially created as a solution to the pestilence of mutated rodents that plagued Alkenstar. These mobile rat traps, bound together by a magical matrix of occult energy, were programmed to wait in ambush or chase down their prey. The first Trapjaw tangles proved effective, and their creators were well rewarded for their ingenious designs. Soon, Trapjaw tangles were deployed throughout Alkenstar, Martel, and the gunworks. Waves of them would be sent to roam into the spell-scarred desert, and the ever-present vermin were quickly forgotten. Then, disaster struck. A rogue wave of magical energy washed over an airship that carried a Trapjaw tangle in its hold. The magical affliction scrambled the tangle's programming and gave the swarm just enough intellect to send it on a red frenzy through the ship. When the airship crashed into the outskirts of Alkenstar, its crew perished, but the infected tangle survived to infect every Trapjaw it met with the same deadly scrambling of magic. Now, Trapjaw tangles are an even greater menace to society than the vermin they were originally designed to eradicate.
Ain't that the
It's
fucking way?
Cool.
it's like
So
the city
cool.
that brings in a bunch of street cats to solve their
Yeah.
rat problem, but now
Yeah.
there's no rats, but there's a city full of stray cats.
It's a
Yeah.
cat
Except
gang right
that
there.
the cats also got magically cursed, so that's not good.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah,
Oh, man. I just thought that was some interesting history, so I wanted to give that up.
it is very neat.
I do appreciate like the fun lore behind like the potentially forgettable little things. I see you. I see you, writers.
Yeah, that's good, and it's very much Alkenstar, and I keep trying to highlight the different characteristics of Alkenstar because it's a really cool place, and a lot of APs you don't get to stay in one place for as long as we have here, so it's nice to really kind of get to know the town. So you're going to get to know this nuisance very intimately here. It is its turn, and of course it's going to take its movement. Well, before we go, Heath, would you care to set the scene for us? Our listeners, rather.
I mean, I fucking guess. We're in this tinkerer's workshop, sort of. The room has a big sort of like stage with those like stair platforms or whatever at equidistant, like bisecting the room into thirds, sort of. The room is much longer up and down than it is wide, but our new friend, Bruce, is facing a door to the room that this swarm is in. To the left, one square of him is Jules, one square south of Jules, and so diagonal to Bruce is George, and in the back, we've got Amir, one square to the right of George. So we're all within... we're all clumped up, which is not great for a swarm fight.
Not ideal. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. And for that, I will give you a hero point.
Oh, neato.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Open my Mardi Gras bag. All right. That is a 5.
All right, so then roll a d20.
Okay. Nope, that's not a 10. That's a 16.
16. Okie dokie. This is
Sparta!
Dwarf Facts with
Oh, heck
Dwarf
yeah.
Daddy.
Nice. I look forward to these.
Let me turn this music down so I can focus, do this properly. It's time for another dwarf fact. While the world outside of Dungenhold views the dwarves within as peerless craftsfolk with a strong devotion to history and tradition, standing united under their High King Anong Arunak, inside the hold, things are far from united. 3 factions vie for political power and persuasion over Her Royal Highness. The radically conservative keepers of the Skyflame, the aggressively ambitious Goldhand Lodge, and the munitions-obsessed Sparkforge Collective. This 3-way Cold War threatens to tear the hold apart. This has been Dwarf Facts with Dwarf Daddy.
Thank you.
Seriously, I love those.
Yeah, I do too, Jason. We really do love those a lot, and I will go ahead and shout out that Jason's podcast, 25 North, now called 25 South, I believe, because they're starting a new adventure, which is the Sky King's Tomb?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's the dwarf-based AP, and so they're firing that up maybe this week, very soon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
That I've
Sky
done a
King's
little
Tomb
reading
seems fun.
into that adventure. It does seem pretty neat, and much like so they put out Sky King's Tomb, and then recently they did what's the orc focused one?
that's Triumph of the Tusk.
Triumph of the
Hideous
Tusk.
Laughter is playing book 1 of that if you want to check that out.
Nice, but
yeah.
both of those I think are interesting because they start with a very race specific setup, but the both of them do a good job of like the plot as it is encourages. Yes, you'll have benefits to having those races, but like I know the Triumph of the Tusk is like the orc people are trying to come onto the world stage.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jason, for that. We're here in Alkenstar, where it's all about clockwork, and we are about to diverge from clockwork in a little while, but right now we got to deal with it. So that Trapjaw Tangle is going to take its first action and move out into the room. Now, it cannot get on this little counter, so only Bruce and Jules will be affected by this first attack. All right? If you remember, with swarms, they just hit. There's no roll to hit. They just do damage. So,
Cheap damage. Go on.
Yeah. Using its snapping jaws, each enemy in the swarm space will take some slashing damage. Now, you do get a basic reflex save, which I will put in the chat for you to roll. Let's try this. How about that?
Yeah. That's going to be a 26 for Jules.
That is a success.
What
He'll
was
take
that?
halved.
I don't know.
You got a cold or something?
Sorry. I had a little slip.
What'd you get, Bruce?
27.
All right, so that's 2 passes. Good start to
Trying to
this.
show me up,
So
that's
you'll
fine.
take half damage, and I rolled 13 total. So you guys will each take 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Now, for its final action,
It runs away like a little bitch.
it's going to try to trip you, Jules.
No.
And so what is your fortitude save?
It's so high, man. Oh my
Or
god.
fortitude DC, rather.
It's like a 20.
What? Yeah.
So you add
It's
10
19.
to your... 19. Okay, well, I failed with a 16.
Like respectfully flip you off, you know.
Yeah, so this thing like just all these little trap jaws come scurrying out into the workshop, and they like you guys kind of jump around. They get little nicks on you, and one tries to literally pull you down by by your bootlace, and fails to get purchase on said lace, and you stand firm. That is its first turn. Now, guys, all 4 of you get to go before it goes again. How exciting is that?
Pretty jazzed,
Yeah,
honestly.
Pretty
that's
dope,
good.
yeah.
All right, well,
Jizzed
George,
up, man.
I'm all jizzed up.
That jazz. What did I say?
Man, there is an alternate timeline where at the advent of the term jazz, they just changed that one vowel and like it's
Well, that's what it's
jizz
called.
music.
That's what it's
Yeah.
called in Star Wars,
Yeah.
right?
Jizz.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is correct. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not the Star Wars expert by any means.
It's okay.
All right,
We forgive you.
Judge.
Okay. I mean, I have a necessary first turn.
Yes.
So we will. I have one focus point remaining. So whenever this first Inspire Courage is over, I can't do another one.
Huh.
Oh no!
Why? I don't like
Well,
that.
I mean, normally I can only do 2 max anyways because I only have 2 focus points.
Well, the idea is to defeat this thing within 3 rounds anyway, so it's no big deal.
Ideally,
no big deal.
yeah. I mean, the backup plan is to have the Bless spell, but I got rid of that shit for some other stuff. So we really need to do the lion's share of our damage in these. If I can get this off in the first 3 or 4 turns. All right, so we'll start with Lingering Composition. So I will roll a performance
Let's get it.
with a +10 because that's what my modifier is. I'm gonna go ahead and use that hero point you gave me because I rolled a 3 on the die for a 13. And I'm not starting that way today. I'm just not doing it.
Just not doing it. All right.
All right, so we'll try that again. Okay, well that's a 19 on the die. So
Well, does that take it to a
a
critical success?
29, which puts it
does.
in. I'm a 19. It puts it exactly to a critical.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's a 4 rounds.
Nice.
It's a way to get your last composition
Yeah.
at its full usage. That's a good use of the hero point too.
Absolutely.
Well done. All right,
That's
so that's
the
your
best
first
use
action.
of a hero point
It
I
is.
think Bard can make. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
All right, so that's 4 rounds instead of 3, which is really nice.
Yep.
And then, let me cast out the Inspire Courage there. And then, so my strategy, just for full disclosure with my whole party here, I'm going to be using Haunting Him as much as I can for the rest of the fight because it's the way I can do the best kind of damage to it because swarms don't do real well with like single target damage.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm over here
that's-
thinking
that's-
about.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm mulling about that right now.
I may end up being pretty important in this fight. So I'm going to reposition myself so that I can try to line up my 15-foot cone to where I can hit it and not you guys, right?
Appreciate you.
So I'm going to... Ooh, the game is paused, so I can't move.
Oh, my bad. Here you go.
All right, so I'm going to move... pardon me, Emir. I'm going to move through him and then kind of up here. So that was 2 squares to the left, 2 squares to the north. So now I am 5 feet sort of north of Jules and Bruce, who are kind of lined up with the swarm all around them. So now I can kind of angle my Haunting Him to where I can blast the half of the swarm that is not covering them.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yep. All right, and so that is 2 actions, and I have no idea what to do against a mechanical target that can't do mental stuff with a third action or a last action. Because I've gotten everyone. Did I gotten Samir yet? I think he's the only one I haven't.
No.
Do you have any area AoE damage?
For 1 action? No.
No. Okay.
No, I mean, I don't know that many people have 1
Yeah, I guess
action
not.
area
Yeah,
damage.
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just, because it's one of the only things I can do for a single action, I will guidance Amir and hope it benefits him in some way.
Appreciate it.
Beautiful.
And now I have
All right.
guidanced everyone in this episode and last episode, so
Yeah,
everyone's
everybody's
immune.
Yeah.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay. Not a bad start there, George. Jules,
at all.
the twin, you're up.
Okay. Jules is like trying to flavor stomp at these things kind of as they kind of come rushing up into her space. And we are going to go ahead and I know it's not going to do a lot of damage, but I got a gun. So we're going to shoot at the swarm. Like,
Okay.
is that... I may be forgetting some obvious shit here. Are they completely immune to that, or am I like, have I missed? Did I derp out real hard?
Who are you asking? Because I'm not going to tell you the answer to
Dude,
that
like
question.
we have fought constructs before. My character knows this.
So it's not the construct that's the issue. It's the swarm component, right? That's the. It's not that it's a construct. It's more so that it's a swarm.
Okay.
So you would know that single target damage is pretty difficult to get through.
She's just gonna hit with the kukri just because we're right here. Just to see. So we don't waste bullets. That's a natural 20.
Oh,
baby.
let's go.
All right. Well, that will play.
Huzzah!
All right. So,
That dog will hunt.
all right. So, yeah, roll your damage.
Is it a critical or are they immune to that?
They are.
I can't remember if it's them or oozes.
They are not.
Okay, fuck yeah.
Oozes are immune to criticals,
Yeah.
not swarms.
Okay, 6. Big damn.
None of that goes through.
Hate it. Hate it
mother.
so much. Jules hates it too. She says, fuck this. And just steps back out of kind of the way here. We're just going to step down to be just a little below to the south.
Okay.
Oh.
They try to cling to you as you move out.
Fucking.
So here's the deal. This is an interesting thing. So as a reaction, a creature that leaves the Trapjaw's tangle space, that's the trigger. The effect is the swarm is going to take some damage to itself because some of those individual traps of the swarm cling to you as you walk away. Oh, and it's going to do some persistent damage.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Man. All right, so let's see how much damage it takes. Minimum.
Love that for us.
Okay. And then you are going to get some persistent damage, which is just terrible. It is. It's a lot.
I don't like
really?
that, Adam.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. This is. I don't even want to put this on you, but it's 2d10 of persistent
You
damage.
fucking kidding me?
Adam! What the hell? Who's shitting your cornflakes? Why? I thought we were
Sauce.
cool.
All right, so that's a shot. A move back. What's your third action here?
Think about my life while I still got it, I guess. Shit.
Yeah.
What's causing the persistent damage?
The
They're like
Something-
clinging.
the clinging.
onto
Yeah,
them?
they're clinging to it and gnawing on her.
Oh,
I literally
she-
have no like AoE kind of situations, so I shoot because fuck it. I'm just grumpy at this point.
can't you try to get them off of her? You know, like
Well, that
Get
would
the
be
fuck off
that
of
would
me.
be the recovery check. Like that's
Okay.
that's you know,
Okay, that there's nothing
so you
I
get
can
a
do actively
right now. No.
Okay. I'm frustrated. She's shooting. All right. It's a swingy day for your girl. That is a miss. That's a miss, definitely. Yeah.
What is it?
It's like total. It's a 12.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that is a miss. I'm just going to throw something in the chat for you to review, Jules, but that will be your turn. Not sure if that'll help you at all. Amir, you're up.
what type of persistent damage is it?
We'll get there when we get there. You know.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Let's see. Emir is going to step back 15 feet up this ramp.
Okay.
Cha. The ramp right to the west.
Okay.
Goes up into like a little stage area. Let's see. Perfect. And then I'm going to just yell out to Bruce, just clench those butt cheeks. Here comes the boom. And and I'm
Ready or
just
not?
and then I'm gonna use Quick Bomber to pull out. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna use a versatile vial with Quick Alchemy to create a bottled lightning.
There you
But
go.
also add using another action. Let's see. Is it called like an additive? Yeah, add an additive to the bomb and make it a smoke bomb as well. So here we go.
Don't forget your
gonna-
guidance.
Oh yeah, is that?
So when you
attack
roll,
roll?
just add a +1 to it. You should be able to select that maybe on your roll when the roll window comes up.
So quick alchemy. Boom. Okay, yeah. So quick alchemy is when I use Quick Alchemy, I can use a smoke bomb without an additional action. And then I'll throw it.
All right.
Here we go. Well, that's a 17 to hit. Or 18 to hit.
18 to hit. That is a miss, but it is not a critical miss, so you will still do some splash damage.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage. So, okay, we're going to do 2 points of electric splash damage to that. And now that does seem to affect it a little bit more than you might think, as it does 10 points of damage.
Excellent. Okay. It's like it hit.
Yes. Okay. And then you also has smoke.
Indeed. It, so 10-foot radius burst on the target. So, we are concealed. Anyone outside, well, besides Bruce, we are concealed to the creature. Because there's a 10-foot radius burst of smoke on its location.
So you guys are concealed if you're within 10 foot of that burst, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Creatures within an area have the concealed condition, and all other creatures are concealed to them.
All right,
Smoke
great.
lasts for 1 minute until dissipated.
Bruce.
Right, so Bruce is dealing with all this shit up close. I say he's probably taking the brunt of this. So he's got a very up close understanding of what's currently going on, and he's going to use that using his crafting check to figure out what the hell's up with these Trapjaws.
Okay.
Secret roll.
This is a knowledge check that you're trying to do here?
Yes. Trying to figure out what the hell is up with these Trapjaws, yes.
You can't really recall anything specific. All right? So that's your first action.
Okay, second action. Let's see. Can I do another recall knowledge, or can you only do them once?
No, you cannot.
Okay. Next action is going to be a Dread Martial Stance, followed by a swing. So, let me get that. You see
That does not need to be secret, man.
I know. I realized at the last second that.
You rolled a 19. That's
All
a
right.
success.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. And so he now has a Dread Martial Stance engaged. So anybody that's in within 15-foot radius, just as a reminder, gets +1 to their damage roll. I'm gonna go ahead and strike
All right.
with the metronomic hammer. That's a 4 on the die for a 16.
Okay, a 16 is a miss.
All right. Yeah. So, damn it, I can't get rid of these ankle biters.
All right, it's round 2. It's its turn. It is going to do 2 attacks on Bruce. So I need 2 basic reflex saves, which I'll put out in the chat. So just click that twice for me.
It was 18.
That is a fail.
All right.
And so you'll actually be sickened for this roll.
No.
Oh, okay. So that'll be -1 to the roll then?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So that would be also an 18.
So that's 2 fails. That is not good.
I thought we were trying to run away from it. That's why I did the smoke bomb.
Well, here's the thing. If I run away, I take damage just on top of that. That's 2d10 as well. So I don't know how much damage these are together would be. So I'm kind of weighing
So you
what's
take
better.
12 slashing on the first fail and 10 slashing on the second fail.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Either way, you're fucked.
Pretty much.
And then it's going to try to trip you. What is your fortitude DC?
Fortitude, let me see. It is going to be... That's con, right?
So your fortitude.
Okay, wait.
Plus
I'm
10.
sorry. I was looking at the con for some. Okay, yeah, so that'd be 20.
Okay, so I pass. So you are now off guard as it doesn't trip you, but it does tangle you up, making you off guard.
Okay.
All right, not a great turn for Bruce there.
Nope.
Kind of messed him up a little bit. It was George's turn.
Okay, so Amir dropped a smoke bomb. Is that giving it concealment?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Was that also giving Bruce concealment? Should he have had concealment against those attacks?
No,
They aren't attacks.
they just deal damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But area effects aren't affected by concealment, so
Okay.
you just cast a spell in that general direction.
Yeah, that was what my plan was, but I didn't know if I needed to change that plan. I was going to... I moved so that I can position a 15-foot cone to hit this thing, but not my allies, with Haunting Him.
All right.
and
I
so
think you can
that-
make that happen without hitting Bruce.
Yeah, I'd just angle it kind of
Yeah.
to the side there.
Yep.
All right. Let me see. Okay, still got him targeted. So cast Haunting Him. So I need a Fortitude.
All right, here we go. Oh boy, that is a failure.
Nice.
Nice. A failure or a critical failure?
Just a regular failure.
Okay. Good deal. All right. So then we'll roll damage. I mean, it's not going to be a ton, but it should all go through. 6.
6
Sonic damage.
All right, let's see here. Okay, this is gonna be yummy for you.
Is it?
Because it's gonna add a little extra damage.
Nice.
Because it is area damage, so that's gonna be a total of 10 damage.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So there you
Okay.
go.
Well,
so
that's-
you're making a little effort here.
Yeah, I can, and George kind of yells out to the guys like, I know you're all kind of at a disadvantage, or a lot of you are. I can get it with these with the old violin, but just keep yourselves alive. I'll try when I can, but I'm gonna have to spend a lot of my turn doing my attacks. What I'm saying is, if anytime I'm doing this effective damage to it, it's not a turn I can heal anybody. I do have one action left. We have not yet succeeded at a knowledge check, right?
That is correct.
Okay, I'd like to use my bardic lore and try to learn something
All right.
about the creature. Okay. There we go.
So you rolled a success.
Oh, cool.
With knowledge checks, I'm taking off the secret because I don't want to have to come up with false information. That's
the Achilles heel of the system, because
Yeah.
as somebody who's also GM'd and tried to do it, like, the problem is your party knows when you're bullshitting.
right.
Like, you come up with fake knowledge and it's like, that's outlandish. Or even if it's like plausible, it's like, I know this person well enough to know that they just made up some bullshit right there.
Okay, so what I would tell you this is that it has immunities, weaknesses, and resistances. So which one would you like to know?
Resistances, I think.
Okay, resistances. It resist bludgeoning 4, piercing 8, and slashing 8.
Okay.
So bludgeoning does a little bit better than piercing or slashing.
Right, you've got a chance at chipping away with some damage with bludgeoning. At this level,
Yes.
piercing is going to negate almost everything you can do, and slashing.
Correct.
Now, I don't know this. I didn't get this from the lore check, but I am assuming, just from game experience, it's probably immune to precision damage. That's my guess, gang. Okay, well, that's valuable knowledge, and that's my turn. I did some decent damage, and we at least learned its exact resistances for the physical damages.
Yeah. Good.
All right, Jules. So it does have resistant bludgeoning, but only 4. So if you can do more than 4 points of damage, you might be able to get something through there.
All right. Well, I'll certainly try that.
But it is concealed.
Okay. Also, sorry. Can I do a crafting-based knowledge check? Or because he's already done it, like, I can't?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I don't know anything. These things
No.
aren't watches or guns, ergo, I have no idea.
I mean, fair enough.
I know what I'm about, son.
I know what I'm about, son. So then what I will do is adjust my gun to, I'll use this modular setting to move to bludgeoning.
There you go.
And we will attempt to get some business going.
That's pretty clutch.
Super cool.
Oh, you know what
Ooh,
else is
baby.
clutch? That natural 20.
That's
Watch
very
out.
clutch.
This
Yeah.
is big. This is
that's
big.
nice.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Make sure you roll that critical damage
I'm gonna do
because
it.
you get that fatal
Oh, you
extra
do so
die.
much damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Kerplog.
Max.
This is exactly what we needed.
No,
Ew.
it's not,
Ew.
because that's a 1, a 2, and a 2 for 14 total.
Fuck.
Yeah, but you still get the extra D8.
Yeah.
That takes it to 14, and it's not piercing, it's bludgeoning, right? So 10 points of damage gets
That's
through.
still good.
You're equaling
Yeah.
what everybody else is doing so far. Everybody's
Okay,
doing
thanks,
10
I
points
needed
of
that,
damage.
boys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and with a little luck, you would have outpaced us for
I
sure.
need you to roll concealment.
I hate that.
This isn't going to go through.
Yeah.
So you just need to roll a D20. Just a D20. You got to
I-
get
above
I
a
think,
5.
I
Above
think
a
it
5.
will. And it does with a 7.
All
Thank
right,
you,
all right.
God.
I'm like, I fucked us. I fucked
And then I'm going to reload my gun.
Yeah, so I forget, but yes, the
Just
Dread
keep
Martial
forgetting.
Aura
Oh, okay.
gives it the frightened condition because of that Dread Martial Aura, and you hit with a critical hit.
Right.
So boom, it is frightened too, which is clutch.
Suck it.
Don't know how it's frightened, but take
It's-
it.
They're all, I mean, it's a
It has
swarm. Like,
intelligence.
Yeah.
it's a bunch of little things that enough of the percentage of the group gets frightened that
It's like,
it
oh,
demoralizes the whole pack, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can.
I mean, they're magically enhanced, right? You know, like
You're going to say delicious.
that's
This
a different
is
thing.
like a little robot. I'm not going to eat him.
Fair.
All right,
That's
that was
my
a
turn.
pretty good term. Okay, a turn. Now at the end of your turn, you have to take some damage here.
I don't have to. If
You
don't
do have to
make
take
me.
10 points of piercing damage, and then I need you to go ahead and roll that recovery check for me.
Oh, it's a 9?
That is a fail, so you are still taking damage. Did you take that damage?
No. How much was
Please
it?
do. 10.
Ugh, Adam. But okay. Tis
Okay.
tooken.
All right, Amir, you're up.
Okay. I guess I wouldn't know that Bruce is hurt.
Yeah, you couldn't really see because of your smoke bomb that you threw.
Dang it. Totally misread
Damn it.
our strategy there.
Hey, you learn. You live and you learn.
I guess I will see that there's all these little bitey creatures hanging off of Jules. So I'm going to use one action for Doctor's Visitation. And here I come to save the day, which means I stride and I can do Battle Medicine in one action.
That's
So
awesome.
I stride up to Jules and I Battle Medicine.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, 12 healing.
That's to you, Jules. So 12 healing to Jules. You still have one action left.
Can
feel
I
healed.
try to rip these things off of her body? Like
No.
all these bitey things? I can't?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Amia. And she's just like, she's got like a gun in one hand and she's like bopping at him like with the gun handle.
And then I was just going to quick bomb her
Yes, why not?
and throw a Tanglefoot bag at the thing to reduce its speed by 10 feet.
Don't do
That's
it.
what I'm going to do.
Don't do it.
You said don't do it?
That's what
I don't
Adam
know who said that. I don't know who said that.
Adam said that.
God.
You said don't do it? Don't do a Tanglefoot bag? I won't do it.
Well, it'll cancel out on account of their tangle, you know.
Well, just like I want you to picture what you're. This is not one creature. This is a bunch of small creatures. You know what I mean? So think about that as you think about what could affect that and how effective certain things may be.
Okay.
So I ask you again. What would you like to do with your third action, Dustin?
Well, then I'm gonna. Can I see? I can see Bruce. He's just concealed.
Yes.
I mean, I knew where he was. I just have to roll a concealed check. So I'm just going to use Quick Bomber to bring out one of my versatile vials and throw it at Bruce. Because it heals him.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah.
Okay. So there we go.
You got damage bombs too?
I do. My versatile vial, since I'm a cryourgin, if I throw it at someone, it's 2d6 hit points. Splashes on them and heals them.
That's not what I'm
I don't
asking.
see.
Okay.
What'd you say?
That's not what I'm asking. Like, healing him is certainly awesome, but like, you're one of our best potential damage dealers if you have bombs that can damage the enemy because they're
AoE
swarms.
damage.
Like, this AoE damage is going to do extra damage.
Yeah. I just don't want to hit Bruce, but I mean, I can do that. Alright, I'm throwing my last permanent bottled lightning at it then. Here we go. Yeah. That's pretty good. 19 on the die for a 30.
That is a critical hit.
There we go.
Nice.
Bah, 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 bah.
And splash damage, I think I can only take up to 2 anyway. Because that's not part of it.
Zap, zap, zap. Ooh, baby. Alright, so that's 20 lightning damage to the swarm.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it is off guard.
Suck it,
Fuck
swarm.
yes.
Okay. So I've got some good news and bad news. The bad news first is that Bruce takes 2 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
We knew that.
The good news is that it is weak to electricity by 8, which
Nice.
turns
Yeah.
that to 28.
Oh,
and
huge.
With only 27 hit points remaining, you explode this thing. All right?
Oh my
It
goodness.
took
Oh,
us
thank God.
way too long to get there. I mean, I'm sitting here, you're like, what should I do? What should I do? I'm like, throw a fucking electric bomb at this thing, dude. Like,
Adam, we're triggered, okay? Swarms scare us.
I understand. That's why
Yeah.
you've been here before. You should know that, like, you as an alchemist are the person who should be doing damage anytime a swarm is present. Like,
I was gonna
you know-
try to address this in fiction.
yeah, okay, let's do it.
But like
Let's do it.
George, immediately after that, I mean, these things go flying, right? Like, I mean, they're just obliterated,
Yeah,
just
just lightning
zapped
explosion.
everywhere. And George like assesses, sees, like, oh, okay, and then calmly just like walks over, puts a hand on Amir's shoulder, and is like, hey, look at that, and he like points and like makes you look. It's like, you're the guy. When it comes to swarms, quit worrying about healing and stuff. You will save us every time from the swarms. Because, like, I can do some stuff, but you're going to be better than all of us.
While you're doing that, Jules, I need you to
No.
take some more damage
Oh no.
and roll that recover check. That's 12 more points of damage.
Wait. Natural 20. I believe.
3 turns in a row.
I believe.
That you're okay.
I believe so. And you know what, Adam? I'll take that 12. No biggie.
Yeah, you'll
no
take,
biggie,
you take
son.
that 12.
I'll
All
do
right.
it.
I'm proud of you. You did
Thank
it.
you. Oh my God, thank you.
Oh my God, thank you. Okay. Well, you guys, see, I told you that wasn't going to be too bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't going to be too bad. Bruce, how you looking? You're a little...
So
Do we wanna do some
Bruce is a
healing
little
here?
worse
You know?
there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, I think he would just go straight up after hearing George. Like encourage him to like be more liberal with your bombs. It's like, yeah, you're not going to hit me with it. I mean, it hit me more whenever they hit me instead. So, by all means.
I guess I knew it on a logical standpoint, but in practice, I'm more into helping than causing giant explosions. But maybe I.
Pookie peeks out and is like,
Hey,
I think that translates to bullshit.
we don't talk about these times, Pookie. It was only 3 buildings, okay? They rebuilt them fast.
Oh my God.
I think he just finally notices.
There was no injuries. Okay, there were minor injuries. One major injury, but no one died.
Listeners, I wish y'all could see Adam. He's so, when he really leans into Pookie, it's a beautiful thing, honestly.
okay. So, quick look into this room where this Trapjaw tangle was. You can tell that it is the storage closet for all the chemical supplies. So there's some stuff in here. There is a moderate bottled lightning to replace that one that you just threw.
Get out of the way, Bruce. This is my room.
There's another
Bowled over.
There's another expanded alchemist lab.
Oh, damn.
And then there's some moderate universal solvent. And what that is originally formulated as a means of dissolving sovereign glue. This powerful solvent can break almost any adhesive's grip. As the universal solvent is particularly effective against sovereign glue, it automatically dissolves sovereign glue. It attempts to counteract any other adhesives, such as Tanglefoot bags, with a counteract modifier of 1d20 plus 9. And I'm sending that all to your stash. You guys can sort out who wants it, and we'll see you.
We'll free you.
Later. Okay.
Thanks for listening to the STF Network. If you want to hear more from us, check out our other Starfinder and Pathfinder shows at the stfnetwork.com. That's the stfnetwork.com. And support us on Patreon to listen to our bonus podcast, including our homebrew adventures and Tom Talks, our behind-the-scenes show. Stay groovy, possums.